Ah, Chicago, the Windy City. A business hub, Chicago's Pizza, the Chicago Bears. Also Chicago, murders, rapes, and shootings.
He ain't lying.
And that's just on a weekend.
Fuck.
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this
What the hell's going on out here?
is What's Next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, What's Next, your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you're enjoying. Monday, we begin a new week. The other day, I did a video regarding Chicago and its mayor. Its mayor had a problem with, illegals being bussed into his town because, of course, possibility of stealing jobs and of disturbances. Didn't know what that meant anyway. But we go back to Chicago, where another disturbance takes place. You got your typical things that happen in Chicago. People coming in and tourism and great food and Windy City and sports teams and murders, rapes, and shootings, because that is what Chicago's all about. But then again, that could be easily the definition of any Democratic city: Baltimore, Philadelphia, LA, New York, Atlanta, your usual suspects. But of course, on this weekend, you have a lovely get-together. Kids came down, they're having fun, and then all hell breaks loose. Why? Because it's Chicago and it's punk-ass kids. This comes out of the Blaze. Chicago's suburb forced to cancel Armed Forces Carnival after flash mob of 400 teens caused chaos. Video shows brawls and kids clashing with cops. Again, another wonderful weekend in Chicago. An Armed Forces Carnival that was scheduled for Sunday was canceled by the officials in Chicago's suburb after a flash mob of hundreds of teens caused chaos at the event on Saturday. The village of Tinley Park, Illinois, announced that on the final day of Armed Forces Weekend Carnival, scheduled for Sunday, had been canceled due to safety concerns stemming from a flash mob incident Saturday night. Police said a group of about 400 teenagers who were responding to a call on social media, of course they did, because what else are they going to do, gathered at the carnival Saturday evening to begin running through the park, loud fighting with each other, and attempt to cause chaos and disrupt the event. Ah, yes, Satan never takes off on a holiday. Well, like I said, there's not a holiday that Satan really doesn't take off, or a weekend. Tinley Park government officials said in a statement the police officer was injured attempting to break up the fight and was treated at a local hospital before being released. Authorities said they canceled Sunday's festivities after learning another flash mob was being planned for Sunday's carnival. Videos from Saturday's Armed Forces Carnival shows teens brawling and clashing with cops. Arab Chicago. Chicago's largest network, focused on the Arab community, posts several videos of mayhem took place on Saturday's carnival. Of course, graphic video. Oh, look at that wonderful gathering. They're just having fun. They're just having fun. Bigots. Come on. Ah, yes. Ah, terrorism. Teach them while they're young. Of course, fight breaks out. What does everybody do? Phones come up. But they're just children. Officials said most of the teenagers were released back in custody of their parents. Their worthless parents. 5 citations were issued for fighting. Of course, earlier, in April, hundreds of teenagers fled into the streets of Chicago after another flash mob. There were countless fights and several vehicles were damaged. I would say that Chicago's trash, but that would be giving trash a bad name. As great as Chicago is of a city overall, sadly, This is not the first time it'll happen, and it sure as hell won't be the last time, especially now that summer is ramping up. You have Memorial Day coming. 4th of July is coming. Well, I'm sure they'll have something special prepared. But this is not just a Democratic city problem. This is a major city problem. And it doesn't matter whether you are Republican run or Democratic run. It doesn't matter. Teenagers are going to be teenagers. Assholes are going to be assholes. And for these kids to be released back into the custody of their parents, I'm not saying all of them, and I'm not stereotyping, I'm not paintbrushing, but a lot of these kids that are being released back to their parents are from single family homes. Guaranteed. But the parents can only do what the parents can do. They've got to work, they've got to pay bills, they can't keep eyeballs on their kids 24/7, which in a idyllic world, you could. But we live in a real world and not a utopia. So sadly, this is going to happen again and again and again and again and again. Because remember kids, these teenagers that you see now doing flash mobs and smacking each other around, guess what? They're going to be your future murderers, rapists, and shooters, and also your politicians. I'm Jasper Organzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like just like this? Excuse me. Like it, share, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing, and we'll see you next time. Peace.